Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Adonis podcast. Once again, I forgot to eat today, so I'm going to be eating while I'm doing this live stream. This podcast episode is unofficially sponsored by Jimmy John's. So today's topic of discussion will be about James Fishback and why I specifically am not going to be voting for him. Now, there's an election coming up. We're going to elect a new governor of Florida. James Fishback is the man that the media wants you to vote for. They are strongly pushing that we all vote for Fishback. And if experience in politics has taught me anything, it's that the person that the media wants you to vote for is the person that you absolutely should not vote for. So this is why I'm not going to vote for Fishback. First of all, that's a weird last name. Mr. Fishback. What the fuck? So Fishback started his political campaign by going after OnlyFans creators like Sophie Rain and saying that he was going to start taxing not only those who rent OnlyFans, but also those who use OnlyFans. So OnlyFans creators are going to be taxed as well as OnlyFans buyers. So if I decided that, hey, I want to subscribe to Sophie Rain, I have to pay a tax now. There's a 50%, he calls it a sin tax, because he has listen, a lot of people are against OnlyFans. Now here's the thing, Sophie Rain exposed that James Fishback was once subscribed to her. And this isn't the only time that Fishback has been caught doing hypocritical things. It seems that this man is basically the definition of do as I say, not as I do. Because he constantly talks about not committing sin and being proper and whatnot. And yet he does all those things whenever there are no cameras around or whenever he thinks there are no cameras around. Now, while I do believe that OnlyFans is very toxic, it's something that we need to get rid of, I don't agree with Fishback's approach to it at all. Number one, we're being taxed enough already. If anything, he should be trying to lower our taxes. Because, bro, if you buy a house, they tax you property tax. When you go to the store to buy something, you pay sales tax. You pay taxes to your employer. And then on top of all of that, at the start of the new year, we all have to go to turbotax.com and file our taxes. Typically speaking, we don't get a tax return. Typically speaking, they already take more taxes. They just take more taxes from us. And then Fishback comes along and he says, okay, well, if you have bad habits like a porn addiction, we're going to tax you on top of that. Let me tell you something. People who watch porn are typically people who are very depressed. People who have a good life, who have everything going for them, people who have enough self-confidence to just go up to a woman and ask her out, they're not wasting their time with porn. People who watch porn are typically people who have no sense of direction in life or things have gone really shitty for them, and they're watching porn as a way to compensate. Just like people drink alcohol or do drugs or smoke as a way to compensate, as a way to escape their problems. Now, I don't believe that porn is a good way to do that. I don't think drinking or any of these other bad habits are a good way to escape your problems. But I think a big reason why so many people are turning to porn now is because of the way women act these days. Clavicular is a prime example of women cheating on their boyfriends just to hook up with Clav because, not even because he's attractive, but because he's got popularity and status. Most women in today's modern day and age, especially women like Sophie Rain, are straight up cunts. They are very hypocritical. They all live as if the world revolves around them and no one else matters. Bro, I just made a few videos on TikTok breaking this down. But basically, women have standards for everyone else but themselves. They are so full of themselves. They are so fucking arrogant. And so back in the day, men used to not approach women because she was pretty and she made him nervous. Now, bro, guys don't approach girls not because her beauty makes him nervous, but because he's afraid that if he says the wrong thing, because they're afraid that if he says the wrong thing, he'll end up in jail for false sexual assault, or he will be labeled as a predator or a creep. I just broke this down too. We're going to get into this later. But I've been comparing girls like gym influencers Mandy Bagley versus Sally Grace. Mandy Bagley just posts her gym routine and minds her fucking business. Bro, Sally Grace literally acts like a fucking man, has huge giant biceps, dresses like a provocative slut. And then she has the audacity to whine that men are creeps, that men are always looking at her, I'm like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Like, women like you, this is exactly why men don't approach women anymore. Women went online on TikTok and started the whole Me Too movement and complained that all men are pigs and we don't like men and we want to kill our own sons because they're men. And now they are getting exactly what they asked for. And keep an eye on this. In 20 to 30 years, once these women are older, like past 30, 40 years old, once they've decided, hey, I'm lonely, I actually want a man who's loyal to me, once they've decided, hey, I want to start a family, there is going to be a female loneliness epidemic. Right now, there is a male loneliness epidemic because we have an epidemic of females who think they're too good for absolutely anything or anyone. But frankly, the only way to get a bitch is to bend over backwards and be her little sex doll. But frankly, a lot of men are getting tired of it. A lot of men are starting to stick up for themselves. A lot of men are getting tired of the abuse. In 10 to 20 years from now, there is absolutely going to be a female loneliness epidemic. And that is 100% their fault. So Fishback wants to propose a sin tax. We don't need more taxes, bro. That is not going to get people to stop. If anything, they're just going to start watching porn illegally by using VPNs and whatnot, or just going to other sites. See, I've never understood why OnlyFans is so successful. Because whatever you can find on OnlyFans, you can also find on Pornhub or a million other porn sites for free. So why do people like, bro, how down bad do you have to be to literally pay someone money for shit that you can get 100% for free? Now, Sophie Rain did bring up some good points. So you want to get rid of OnlyFans. What about strip clubs? What about, there are bars, there are strip clubs, there are other things like OnlyFans in the real world. And Fishback's response to that was, oh, I'm going to take care of that too. I will not have sin in my city. So Fishback thinks he's God now. Bro, you are not God. This right here, I saw something on TikTok the other day comparing Avengers Endgame to the Bible and how it correlates. You have Thanos, who plays the part of the devil, where he thinks it's his responsibility to punish people and his responsibility to balance the universe instead of letting God do his thing naturally. And I feel like that is actually correlating to Fishback. He thinks it's his responsibility to force people to not sin. Actual Christians know this, and I know this, and those who are true followers of Christ know this. You get what you give, you get what you deserve. You face the consequences of your actions, whether those consequences are good or bad. You are ultimately allowed the freedom to do with what you want to, whether or not it is sinful. Therefore, it is not up to us or Fishback or anyone else but God to decide how we should be punished for our sins. You cannot imply new rules and new laws to force people to not sin, because even if you have good intentions, that is now no longer a free country. This is what this is what America is a free country. Well, if you're forcing people to not sin or not do certain things, now that is no longer a free country or a democracy or a constitutional republic. That is now a dictatorship. The literal definition of a dictatorship is a country where you literally where you're not allowed to have your own thoughts or opinions or do your own things or have your own hobbies. You have to do everything according to what the government wants you to do or the ruler wants you to do. In this case, Fishback is kind of playing the part of ruler or government. Listen, as a governor or any kind of politician, your job is to serve the people. Fishback is not here to serve the people. Fishback is here to serve himself. He believes that he is the only person who knows right from wrong. He believes he's the only person who should decide what we can and cannot do. So no, I don't like OnlyFans. No, I don't like Sophie Rain. Yes, I agree that jerking off and porn and Pornhub and OnlyFans is a massive sin. However, I do not agree that we should be forcing people to not sin, to not have a porn addiction. It is ultimately up to them whether or not they want to better their lives and cut that out of their life completely, or if they want to be porn junkies. Now, Florida has other problems as well. For example, Florida has a giant meth problem. Florida is literally known as the meth state. A lot of people here drive carelessly, and a lot of people here are crackheads. Those are the primary issues I would say Florida has. Because I have been almost all over this country. And in other states I have been to, people don't have a drug addiction everywhere you go. People don't drive recklessly everywhere you go. Why is that? Because over there, the cops actually focus more so on what matters, and the cops, they actually enforce the law. Here in Florida, bro, I can tell you from shit I've seen in person online and also shit that I've experienced personally. Half the time, bro, these cops don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, bro, you are a law enforcement officer. Your job is to enforce the law. And you don't even know what laws you're enforcing. To be quite honest with you, if police officers actually knew how to do their job, if police officers knew the fucking law like they're supposed to, we probably wouldn't even have any lawyers. Because why do we have lawyers? Well, we hire lawyers because literally no one knows what the law is. The cop might arrest you and say you broke law A, and I say, no, I didn't break law A. That's not actually a real law, or that is a law, but this is what actually happened. Now I hire a lawyer to defend me in court and explain the law to the judge and the jury and tell them exactly what's going on, exactly what law was broken, if any. This is a direct result of cops being fucking stupid and, bro, not fucking knowing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. They literally don't know what the fuck they're doing. Cops fucking irritate me. If I was running for governor, this is what I would say. I would say, listen, Florida has a drug problem. We need to get rid of that. Florida also has a driving problem. We need to do something about that. Because, bro, I literally stop at green lights just to make sure that no one is speeding through a red light. I literally have to look before I pass a parking lot, bro, because people drive at 20 miles per hour on their phone, not paying attention to where they're going. I've literally been hit by a car 3 separate times. Somehow I'm still alive today. One of the times when I got hit by a car, it was literally because I was walking past a shopping center, and some idiots was speeding out of the fucking parking lot. So I get hit, right? And the person, like, I guess I stood right up, like I wasn't hurt. And the person just, I looked at them and I kind of like all pissed off, like, yo, what the hell? You just hit me. And they basically just told me, like, yeah, quit your riding, and kept driving. They didn't check to see if I was okay. They didn't feel bad for what they did. As far as I'm concerned, that's attempted murder right there. Like, I could have been dead. I've literally seen videos, dude, of people getting hit by cars and they stand up and they seem fine. And they die afterwards. Because a lot of times what happens is when you get into an accident so intense, you have such a high adrenaline rush that you don't realize you're hurt. So yeah, I got up, I was fine. Luckily, I was fine. But the driver didn't know that. The driver just took off. How shitty of a person do you have to be to literally almost fatally injure someone and then just not give a fuck? Another time I got hit by a car, the dude literally twisted my ankle. And yeah, the cops never found the guy who hit me. I was limping for a whole fucking week. People like this are the exact reason why I hate humanity in general, dude. Because how can you literally almost kill someone and not even feel even slightly guilty about it? So yeah, I don't agree with Fishback at all. I think Fishback is very hypocritical. You know, he says one thing and does the complete opposite. He's trying to force people to be good people. And by trying to force people to do the right thing, you are actually the bad guy. If people want to ruin their lives by having a porn addiction and masturbating all day, that is their business. You ultimately, you can make a decision to not engage with those type of people or not watch porn. Personally, I think Florida, like I can look at someone and I can tell immediately they have a drug problem. I can't necessarily tell if someone has a porn problem, but I can absolutely tell if someone has a drug problem. Florida needs to do something about actual issues instead of worrying about, because like, bro, how are you going to worry about what people are doing in their own fucking home, dude? For the same reason why I don't agree with DeSantis on a lot of things. Now, DeSantis is hated on by both sides, that's how you know he's doing something wrong, because every politician, you know, Trump is hated by the Democrats, Kamala is hated by the Republicans, DeSantis is literally hated by the Republicans and the Democrats. And I'll tell you why that is. Well, the Democrats hate him because he's stupid, but he's hated by conservatives because he's very performative. You can tell that he's very performative because he preaches about freedom of speech and the Constitution online. Then when Andrew Tate lands in Miami, he very unconstitutionally launches an investigation and accuses Andrew of crimes that he did not commit and completely throws away the whole guilty until proven innocent thing. Why? Probably because he wants clout, he wants popularity. DeSantis is the kind of guy where he's not going to necessarily tell you the truth. He's going to tell you what you want to hear. That being said, there is a lot of stuff that he says that I do agree with him on. But even the stuff that I do agree with him on, I take it with a grain of salt because I've seen in the past how very performative he is, and he's kind of a fake person. One of the things that I definitely don't agree with is his ban on Pornhub. Now, I don't go on Pornhub. I don't agree with Pornhub. But I don't agree with the ban either. First of all, it is unconstitutional to try and control us and tell us what we can and cannot watch. Secondly, there are a million other porn sites. Listen, if I was going to ban a porn site, I think it's unconstitutional to ban any website unless there's like illegal activities. Like if there's a site selling drugs or selling child porn, obviously we need to ban that. But porn within itself is not illegal. It's unconstitutional to ban it, even if you don't agree with it, as I do. But if I was going to ban a porn site, I would ban OnlyFans instead of Pornhub, because Pornhub is completely free. You can find the exact same content from Pornhub on OnlyFans, but people spend money on it. They spend literally like $50 a month on a useless subscription. They make these hoes millionaires for shit that they could have gotten completely for free on Pornhub. So why did you ban Pornhub but not literally any other porn site? Why did you ban Pornhub and not OnlyFans? You say it's to fix this country's or this state's porn addiction. Bro, you didn't fix shit. If anything, the people who used to go to Pornhub are now going to start paying for OnlyFans because they can't access Pornhub. So if anything, DeSantis actually made our porn problem worse than what it was. So I don't agree with that at all. Like, if you're claiming that porn is such an issue, either ban all porn altogether, which is unconstitutional, don't do that, or, and this is the option I vote for, don't do that. Just accept the fact that some people are shit people. Let them, bro. They're not fucking bothering you by masturbating in the privacy of their own home. Just let people be. Now, as far as Sophie Rain is concerned, I don't like her either, dude. This fucking thought bitch. Okay, first of all, Sophie Rain looks like a combination between, like, plastic surgery and AI. Everything about her, her body, her waist, her tits, her face, looks so unnatural. Excuse me, it looks so fucking unnatural, bro. I mean, she is just a walking, I want to vomit every single time I see her face show up on my screen. Not to mention, she is, bro, she's probably one of the top creators on the internet that is what I talk about a lot, which is women who say one thing but then do another, are hypocritical, have standards for everyone else but themselves. She literally lied about her age. She lied about a lot of things. She literally does dumb shit for attention. There's a trend on TikTok going on right now, which is obviously staged, where someone will walk by you and scream, and then when they look over, they'll take a picture and post it to their story with some song to make it look like you're admiring them. Sophie Rain got caught doing this out in public, and she's basically just embarrassing herself because she's screaming, and people just don't care. People are kind of looking at her like she's an idiot. And people called her out for her bullshit. As soon as everyone called her out for her bullshit, she then posted it herself and basically made fun of herself as if that was going to somehow help her cause. The other thing that she did recently that was really dumb is she made, for literally, they only do this for the sake of views, is her friend pulled back her ponytail, put her on her knees, and forced her to drink milk. This is obviously a reference to a cum shot or a blowjob that you would find on some disgusting porn site. And I look at this, I'm like, this is disgusting, weird, this is, like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like I said, bro, every time I see Sophie Rain pop up on my screen or any of her friends, I genuinely want to vomit. Like, she is the living embodiment of disgust. Now, on my final note about Rain, at least, I would like to point out that Sophie Rain is a predator. And this is directly referencing her relationship with her friend Piper Rockell. Piper Rockell has been famous for quite a while. It seems like she's been famous actually since she was a child. But I didn't know about her until she was well into her teens. I think she was about 16 or 17, and she was already hanging out with Sophie Rain and the other members of the Bop House. They were talking to her about starting an OnlyFans when she turned 18 and she was legally allowed to do so. And every time I saw Piper pop up on my feed, mind you, back then this was a 17-year-old, I kept thinking, where the fuck are these girls' parents? Like, I think America has an epidemic of parents who just do not give a fuck about their kids, dude. Every now and then I'll run into a kid at, like, I'll be like a friend's barbecue or something, and there's little kids there. Or I'll be at like some family gathering and some distant family member I haven't seen in years, apparently they have a kid. And their kid is talking about like, oh yeah, I watched Terrifier, and I watched It, the movie with the clown, and I watched The Boys, and I watched Five Nights at Freddy's. I was just talking to this about someone the other day. Apparently, there's a lot of kids that watch the show The Boys, the show with Homelander. Bro, there is a fight scene in one of the episodes of The Boys where they fight a man who can duplicate himself, but he's naked, and you can see his dick in every shot. That fight scene was amazing as far as the choreography goes, but I'll always remember this episode because I fucking hated them for showing so many dicks on screen. The Boys ain't for kids. Five Nights at Freddy's, I know a lot of kids like it, but Five Nights at Freddy's was never made for children, dude. If you saw the recent movie Five Nights at Freddy's 2, literally the opening scene is a guy in a bunny costume stabbing a child with a knife. Throughout the FNAF video games, these children, literal children and adults alike, they get beheaded, they get slaughtered. The comics feature a lot of blood and gore. Five Nights at Freddy's was never intended for children audiences. What actually happened was unsupervised children who were left alone with their iPads and shit found Five Nights at Freddy's on accident and got hooked. And because it's a cartoon, parents thought it was okay. Five Nights at Freddy's can get very graphic, bro. There's beheadings, there's blood. They literally murder children on a regular, consistent fucking basis. Five Nights at Freddy's is not for kids. The Boys is obviously not for kids. Like, all these kids are coming to me saying, oh yeah, I watch all these adult X-rated movies, bro. Fucking high schoolers watch Pornhub as early as fucking 14. I go to fucking Target, dude, and I see little girls in fucking skin-tight shorts and crop tops. I'm like, bro, what are these people doing? There is literally an epidemic of parents who just do not give a fuck about their kids. And I think that's exactly what happened with Piper Raquel. Her parents just don't give a fuck if she even has parents, bro. Because why the fuck is a 17-year-old regularly hanging out with a porn star? As soon as Piper Raquel turns 18, she starts doing adult content and she starts dressing more provocative. She was already dressing provocative as a fucking child. And then she got caught lying, and she's basically now a duplicate of Sophie Rain. And so I'd like to end this chapter off by saying that Sophie Rain is a fucking predator. Because why the fuck is a grown-ass woman hanging around with a 17-year-old girl? If it was a man that was hanging out with a 17-year-old girl, or even a 17-year-old guy, they would fucking put his ass in jail. He would get shamed for being a fucking pedophile. He would never hear the end of it. But when a woman who's literally a porn stub, who's literally a porn star, is seen hanging out with a 17-year-old minor in public, no one bats an eye, no one cares. They actually encourage her to do it. They encourage Piper Raquel at 17 years old to regularly dress in thongs and other provocative outfits and lingerie. But then they shame men who look at that shit. Shit, bro, even men who look at grown women dressed like that, they get shamed for it. There was a picture on Twitter of a grown-ass woman, Dove Cameron, in some sort of lingerie type outfit. And some idiot put in the comments like, oh, like some guy said like, oh, she's attractive. And some idiot said, what's wrong with you men sexualizing children? And someone responded, bro, isn't Dove Cameron like 23? She's not at all a child. She doesn't look like a child. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Anyway, I have a friend of mine who knows a little bit more about Sophie Rain than I do and kind of has some beef with her. So, I'm going to see if he picks up. He's at work right now, so he might not be available. But I'm going to see if he picks up, and I'd like to get his thoughts on the whole Sophie Rain situation.
I'm sorry, you can't leave a message.
Guess he's not available. Okay. Alright, I guess he's not available at the moment, but... Moving on. Wait, hang on, he's coming back. Alright, hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, X? It's Adonis. I'm live on my podcast right now. How's it going, man?
Doing good, how are you?
Good, good. Well, I was calling because I wanted to ask your opinion on something. So I'm talking about the whole fiasco between James Fishback and Sophie Rain. I don't agree with either one of them, really. I think, one, Fishback is a bit of a dictator because he's trying to force people to do the right thing instead of giving people the freedom to live their own lives how they want to. But I don't really agree with Sophie Rain either because I think Sophie Rain is a spitting image of the exact type of woman that I talk about a lot online, where they basically think they can do whatever they want to and they think the world revolves around them. Now, I know you know a bit more about Sophie Rain than I do, so I wanted to kind of get your opinion on this. I was wondering if you have a couple minutes to kind of talk about that.
Yeah, sure. So, first things first, she and the Bop House, that's all set up by the elites. That they're not like your normal, like, first of all, Sophie Rain came out of fucking nowhere. I personally think she's a fucking, either she's a robot or she's a fucking, like, I'm dead ass. She's like a fucking lizard person. She came out of nowhere. I mean, at least we know who Charlie D'Amelio was and, where's her background and her upbringing and everything like that. Like, these people came out of nowhere. So, and the Bop House, so Sophie Rain, she recruits, girls like Summer and Piper Raquel. They look very young. Not Julia Ernest, it's Julia Filippo. And they look very young. And I really think that, first of all, OnlyFans was created by the Jews. It was by a Jew. And, George Soros and all of these motherfuckers, they want Sophie Rain in the Bop House is a psyop to basically get little girls. So that's why they're like dancing and doing all this fucking slutty shit, and they get these girls who are like in their 20s that look very young, to basically, when they're done, oh, hey, after my slutty TikTok, go to my OnlyFans. And they want to encourage women, young girls, to do OnlyFans. Because, it's all part of a whole huge fucking plot. They're a satanic group, the Bop House satanic, Sophie Rain satanic, and Sophie Rain, and all her friends, like, they're not just OnlyFans hookers, they're hookers in real life. They fuck these, rich, I mean, it's beyond, it's incredible. I mean, you wouldn't even believe it. I mean, and they're incredible in a bad way. I mean, they have private jets, mansions, multiple fucking cars, and you're telling me that's from OnlyFans? Bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. There's people like Jeffrey Bezos and rich celebrities that pay millions to have sex with these motherfuckers. They're prostitutes for the elites. That's how they make their fucking money. And maybe a bit of it from OnlyFans, but they sell their fucking pussy to these rich-ass motherfuckers like Jeffrey Bezos and Bill Gates. He probably pays for that kitty so much. That's the fucking truth. Now, Fishback, look, like, he's going against Sophie Rain, but I feel like Fishback is, like, going against everybody. He's, like, going against the establishment. Now, yes, I mean, like, it was funny to me at first. It was funny that, like, let's go after Sophie Rain, but I want Sophie Rain, like, dude, like, Lil Tay wanted to, like, knock her, like, dude, I even, like, I went to Miami once. I met Emily Trapp. She does OnlyFans, but she's not like the Bop House girls at all. There's no agenda. She just like, hey, like, her audience is older, and she knows that. Like, yeah, she does the same slut shit, but she was like, I want to knock that bitch out, bro. Like, so many people hate her, bro, because she ruins the reputation of other women. Because she's like a fucking pedophile. She's attracting these young girls. Nobody else is doing that. That's why little Emily Trapp wanted her to beat her fucking shit. I watched Sophie Rain. Like, I hate her, bro. Like, they want to, like, break her fucking jaw. And I would love to see that shit. But so Fishback is the same way. It's like, no, she's an elitist. She works for a fucking Jew. Fishback is against Israel and the Jewish control. You know, and it's not a fucking conspiracy anymore, man. They're all in the media. They're fucking everywhere, dude.
Now, what do you think about Fishback having been previously subscribed to Sophie Rain for months on end, to him now not acknowledging that and now saying that, you know, she's got to go? Do you think that's kind of hypocritical of him to do that?
Is there proof that, you know, he was subscribed?
Yeah, she showed us his subscription logs. There's proof that he was subscribed to her at one point.
No, I can't, like, you know, say if it's real or not, but if it was real, it's maybe because, like, he wanted to fuck, and she was like, oh, you have to pay me, like, because these motherfuckers, they probably sell their pussy for, like, a lot of money, bro. Like, I mean, they fuck rich men, probably $100K plus. They fuck filthy fucking, like, Bill Gates, they would probably say, hey, fuck me for $100,000, $1 million. These motherfuckers they fuck filthy rich men. So she probably overcharged him. He was like, fuck me, I'm not paying $50K for some pussy. I'll pay you fucking $3,000, but I'm not paying you $50K. So maybe something like that happened. I don't know. Maybe that's why he's, you know, going at her. Maybe he really liked her and, like, fuck, I want to fuck her, but that nigga ain't paying $50,000 for no pussy. Maybe $3,000 at least. But that's why he's like, fuck you. That's why I feel like that what happened, honestly.
Now, you might be onto something, because you said something about Sophie Rain possibly not being human. And right before I called you, I mentioned that Sophie Rain, there is just something about her. She looks like a cross between plastic surgery and AI. It's like if plastic surgery and AI had a baby. That is literally what she looks like. I don't know how else to describe it, but she looks like there is something seriously wrong with her. Like, even her face looks fake.
Right. Something's off about her, bro. Like, there's something in her eyes. Like, that bitch is a reptile. So she's a fucking reptilian lizard, I'm telling you. Like, and we all know that the world is ran, you know, look at the Epstein files. These people are fucking vampires, reptilians. Why don't you, there's probably lizards. Make you jerking off. You're jerking off to fucking lizard people on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's something that I've been talking about a lot, because I study demonology and I watch a lot of horror movies and whatnot. And listen, people are gonna call me crazy for this, but people call me crazy anyway, so I don't care. I have seen demonic things in real life. I've seen demonic people. I've seen correlations. A lot of the shit that you see in the Epstein files and whatnot, dude, I've literally seen that shit in horror movies. So it makes me wonder, maybe these horror movies, you know, they say that art mimics real life. Maybe horror movies is kind of like telling us in a way that, like, hey, this is what's going on in the real world, dude. Because when I watch these horror movies, dude, I see so many fucking correlations. And especially with the Conjuring movies. The Conjuring movies is one of the primary movie series that I like, where it's actually based on true events that did happen. And a lot of people like to say that it's all fake, but dude, when I did the Annabelle prank, the entire city went into a fucking frenzy. It's still the most controversial thing that I've done up to date, despite the fact that I regularly make lewd jokes and talk about politics. So everyone's saying that, you know, the whole Annabelle doll, not my doll, but the original doll, was a fake story, until I brought mine out. Then everyone panics because I thought it was a real thing.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded, man. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I still think that whole situation was retarded. I always will think that, but the other thing, too, dude, is like a lot of people won't believe the shit that I'm saying right now about demonology and stuff, but these same people pray to God every night. And the thing is, dude, if you read the Bible, you know that hell exists, you know that demons exist, you know that there is a bad force just as there is a good force. So you cannot believe in God without believing in the devil. Same way you cannot, like a lot of Satanists like to say that God isn't real. I'm like, well, you literally preach to Satan. Satan quite literally wouldn't exist without God.
Yeah.
So it's like if you believe, like for you to say that that stuff is not real, you have to be like the most down bad atheist who literally believes that we just existed out of some big bang or whatever, which at that point, bro, you're fucking stupid. Like, do you really think that everything just appeared out of thin air? If you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I think more and more, like, there's so much proof. Like, dude, even Andrew Tate was saying in one of his videos that he's starting to feel like there's demons around us, like in the Starbucks, out about in the street, like he can feel it.
Right, yeah. They live among us.
And I've been saying this especially with Hollywood, dude, because so many of these artists, take Selena Gomez, for example, she looks exactly the same now at 40 as she did when she was like 16. And there are countless others. There's Miley Cyrus, there's Will Smith, there's so many fucking celebrities who do that. And they say, oh, you know, I use this skincare, or, you know, I get a lot of street. Bullshit, bro. These people party more than us. These people have been seen doing drugs and all sorts of shit. Bro, these people, you think Tallahassee parties a lot, bro? Hollywood parties more than us because they can afford to party more than us. And you know, something that I see a lot in horror movies is that demons oftentimes drink the blood of others. Vampires drink the blood of others to stay young. But a lot of demons who are not necessarily classified as vampires, they specifically take the blood from children and they drink the blood from children to maintain their youth. What are we seeing in the Epstein files? These celebrities that I just spoke about who never age, they're literally sacrificing and drinking children. What is that? That is literally evidence right there that I'm 100% correct when I say that this demonic shit is actually real.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, I even look at movies that are 100% fictional, or so they claim, like Hereditary or the Smile movies, dude, and I see the correlation happening in real life, too. Like, I don't think these movies are even fictional at this point.
Yeah, no, the Hollywood, you know, they drop truth bombs in movies, and, you know, that's how they get all their shit, you know? So, especially, like, you know, echoes, you know, anything doesn't just come out of your ass, you know what I mean? It's echoes from the multiverse, you know, and people, like, you know, like, for example, you know, like Stan Lee, you know, just his creativity, thinking about Spider-Man and all these people, you know, it comes from somewhere, you know what I mean? Somewhere out in the multiverse, all these fucking superheroes are real, you know, and you know what I mean? You can't say I'm crazy, there's all this bullshit going on in the world. It's like anything is, the impossible is possible.
Yep, I think superheroes is another genre that I can correlate to. I know a lot of people correlate with Spider-Man because basically he's a young guy who's broke, he's depressed, he's lonely, he constantly runs into problems, not necessarily in the drama sense where, you know, there's bad guys after him, but, I mean, Spider-Man always has a bad guy after him, but I mean, Peter Parker, people relate to Peter Parker, not necessarily Spider-Man, because Peter Parker always has some problem. The rent's late, he's about to get evicted, he just lost his job, he's losing the girl of his dreams to another man, his girl cheated on him, like, he always has these problems, and people relate to him for that. That's why Spider-Man is one of the most beloved characters of all time. And I've been watching a lot of these superhero movies, dude, and lately I feel like I've been correlating with them. For example, the last Superman movie, Superman is doing good things throughout the entire movie, then Lex Luthor makes up a complete lie, uses false evidence, doesn't even use complete evidence to frame Superman as a bad guy. Then for the rest of the movie, everyone thinks that Superman is a bad guy, and they're hating on him when he's done nothing wrong. And I feel like that happened with me with the whole podcasting thing. I went from, dude, we were just talking about this earlier today before I hopped on the live stream. But, dude, I literally, like, I would go out, dude. I would walk into bars and whatnot, and crowds of people would approach me. Girls were approaching me left and right. Guys were asking me all the time, like, oh, how do I get a girl? I'm like, dude, I've never had to chase a girl in my entire life. Because they've always come straight to me.
Exactly.
I left for 6 months, dude. I come back. Suddenly everyone hates me. I'm like, and now people say like, oh, it was the Annabelle case. Oh, it was because you got into politics. You haven't always been around, but I know you were friends with me way before all that shit happened. And I think you can testify and you can confirm that people hated me way before any of that shit.
Right.
And I was kind of just like, what the fuck happened? And I later found out that it was basically a bunch of trolls on the internet. Bro, people with fake accounts and everything. Like that one rumor of like, I've told this story before, but there was a rumor that I was running around college town with my pants down and my dick out and I had an erection. And people actually believed it. I was like, first of all, any normal person who did that, they're going to end up on the news as the next Florida Man persona. Because Florida Man is basically like Florida's Ghostface. You know how every Scream movie, there's a Ghostface, but it's a different person under the mask? Like, every fucking week, there's a new Florida Man story, but it's always a different man. It's never the same person. If I had done that, I would have been the next Florida Man. Like, there's no way someone's gonna run down the street with an erection with their dick out, with their no pants, and fucking nobody's gonna notice that shit and record that shit. Secondly, because I have a popularity status, even now, when I'm not as popular and I have more haters, when I go out in public, dude, people recognize me, people take up their phones and they start recording. They'll fucking post a video of me literally just standing in line waiting for my food and not doing anything. So I'm like, so you're telling me that you take someone who's already kind of famous around the city that always has a phone camera on them, combined with me apparently doing something absurd and highly inappropriate, and there's no videos about it, nobody knew about it until months later, just some random bot with a fake account posted it on Instagram or Yik Yak or whatever, and everyone believes it?
Yeah.
Like, are you people retarded? And then these people are like, oh, well, I don't like you. I'm like, well, good. Because these people are fucking stupid, bro. These are not the kind of people that I want to like me anyway. You know, a lot of people have been saying that a lot of the stuff that I do, the way I talk and whatnot, is all for clickbait and views. I'm going to tell you right now, it is so not, dude. In a world full of fake influencers and creators like Sophie Rain and Sally Grace and others, I'm trying to be the difference maker who's actually authentic with my content and always tells the truth and whatnot. Because I don't care about being famous, dude. I care about my kind of content finding the right kind of people. So many of these creators, they're popular, and like, bro, half the people fucking hate them. They do retarded fucking things just for the sake of getting views to make themselves feel relevant. They care more about relevance than their own fucking integrity.
Right, like the fucking milk. So they're so fucking cringy. You see Emily Trapp doing that shit? Or any other, that's what I mean. She's just so fucking cringe. Like, no other OnlyFans girl like her is doing this shit. They just make their fucking money, but this bitch just all for the sake of some fucking weird agenda.
Or like Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue's another one, bro. I just saw the other day, apparently she committed some crime. This is now the second time because she got arrested in Australia for committing some crime. And somewhere in Europe, I think, she committed another sexual crime. And I don't know if she got arrested for it, but she's facing charges. Bro, it seems like she went from being a porn star to being... Bro, how fucked up do you have to be to get banned off of OnlyFans? So she went from being a porn star to being such a crazy porn star that she got banned off of fucking OnlyFans. So now she's traveling around the world and committing crimes. Like, bro, she's now, like, bro, in a few months, it's gonna be like... Okay, you know the movie Tangled, where in the beginning Flynn Rider has a fucking bounty on his head and everyone's trying to kill him? Yeah. Bonnie Blue is gonna have a bounty on her head worldwide because she's traveling around the whole fucking world in her little pedo bus committing sexual crimes literally everywhere she goes.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're not releasing her. She needs to stay in the damn cell. Lock her up. And lock Sophie Rain up, too.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions before I get back to my stream, but I know recently, I believe you saw this video of a guy who took a picture with Sophie Rain, and he put his arm around her shoulder, and she like freaked out. Are you familiar with that video?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that?
That's just fucking retarded. You suck and fuck the whole entire industry. You show your fucking cooch on OnlyFans. You suck into fucking these millionaires, and you tell this nigga to not touch you? Are you fucking kidding?
Right. So apparently you can't touch her shoulder, but it's fine if you put your dick in her mouth.
But here's the thing. They want to gaslight everybody. They're crazy. They don't want to say ha 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 ha. No, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy. I'm the good one. She wants to pretend she's America's fucking sweetheart when she's just fucking fight every fucking day. She wants to be, I'm America's sweetheart. But, don't touch me. I'm an innocent little girl while she's fucking having 5 fucking dicks down her throat. So, and then they want to say, no. We're the fucking, it's like, I'm crazy? I'm fucking crazy? You're fucking crazy. Don't make me, they want to, all these celebrities want to, you're the one that's crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. They gaslight everybody.
Yeah, and that's something that Sophie Rain and a lot of other women do, is they make a big deal out of nothing, dude. Like I see so much of this shit, and this is precisely why I stopped talking to girls in Tallahassee, bro. Because so many of these girls, it's the same fucking thing. They get dicked down every day, but then you put your hand on their shoulder and they run to the cops about sexual assault and whatnot, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you don't like to be touched, I get that. But we live in a society where people touch. Bro, people are touching you when they shake your hand. People are gonna touch your arm or your shoulder to get your attention in a crowded space if they need to get your attention about something. Like, bro, people, it's just part of human nature. People touch you to get your attention. People touch you to show off affection. People touch people.
Right.
And, like, I was comparing Sophie Rain to Charli D'Amelio, dude, because, like, bro, D'Amelio got a lot of hate online for saying that she wanted more followers. And she didn't even say it in an arrogant tone. Like, she was basically just saying that, like, oh, yeah, I want to grow my following. I want to, like, I guess, reach a larger audience. I can tell you right now, as a podcaster, I want to reach a larger audience. Not because I want fame. I just stated I don't care about fame. But because I want my content to find the right people. As a creator of anything, you want people. Like, if you worked in a restaurant, dude, I'm sure you want people to be happy with your customer service. Because if people are not happy with their customer service, what happens? They file a complaint. They go to your boss. Your boss writes you up. You get fired. A chef hopes you like his food. He doesn't want you to complain that it tastes bad or it's burnt or whatever. Like, we all do crafts for ourselves. We all do crafts to make us happy. But there reaches a certain point where we want to share that craft with the world, and we want the world to appreciate our craft. And a lot of these creators, I think a lot of these OnlyFans creators they take it too far. Where someone like Charli is just like, hey, I just want my craft to get out there and be seen and people to appreciate my art. Versus other people like Sophie Rain or Leah Halton or Brooke Mong, they're just like greedy motherfuckers. And they're just like, yeah, 2 million followers isn't enough. I need an even larger popularity stats. Like, there's a difference between...
It just sucks that we don't have, like, I wish we still had, like, relevant people. Like, they're famous now, like Charli D'Amelio, Lauren Gray, Lisa and Lena, like, they were, like, inspiration to a good inspiration to a lot of young women. They were cool as fuck. They were chill. But Charli got so much fucking hate for nothing. I mean, I remember just so many drama. Oh, because she didn't like the chef's cooking or whatever. People got mad. People were fucking jealous. I mean, and I wish they were still relevant. And it's like, damn, I wish we still had Charli on top, because now it's all these Bob Howe, Sophie Rain, and they just suck, man. I mean, Charli D'Amelio and Dixie and, like, Lisa and Lena, Lauren Gray, they're chill, they're cool, but they're not relevant. Nobody fucking talks about them no more. And it's, so, but now Sophie Rain gets the fucking spotlight because all her bullshit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's like, bro, take someone like Sophie Rain Charli D'Amelio versus, let's say, Brooke Monk. There was an interview I saw with Brooke Monk where, because Natalie Reynolds has been trying to be like Brooke Monk's arch rival for like a long time, and Brooke Monk just completely ignores her. Someone was asking her about that, and Brooke Monk was like, "Well, I believe there's good in everybody, and I don't like to start problems with nobody, and I love everybody." I'm like, that's how you know someone's a fake fucking person, dude. When someone claims that they never have problems with anybody ever, that's how you know that they're a fake fucking person. Because there is no such thing as
redemption arc, because she was getting a lot of hate because this old lady in a lake, but then she started calling out the Bop House and.
Well, Natalie Reynolds is regularly hangs out with Sophie and Piper, though. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, I don't know. They must have corrupted her, but they must have corrupted her, but back then. But somebody needs to call out fucking Sophie, and that bitch needs to get knocked the fuck out. I want her. There needs to be a boxing match. Charlie D'Amelio needs to give her a 1, 2, 3 knockout.
Well, the thing about people like Charlie is she's the kind of person who just minds her business. Even today, dude, I don't see her doing dumb shit for views. Like, she just minds her business. So I don't think she would ever in a million years try to knock out, like, even in a signed contract boxing style legal match, I don't think she would ever try to knock out another girl. First, it's unfeminine, which is unlike Charlie to be unfeminine. Like, secondly, I just don't think it's her.
Right. But Little Tay, that's what I'm saying. Sophie Ray's a little bitch because you're scared of how old Little Tay of an 18-year-old, and you're like what, like 23? Little Tay was like, yo, let's spray up the fucking contract, fight me, bitch. She didn't want to fight. She's scary as fuck. She's a hypocrite. She's a fucking narcissist. Fucking, oh my god. How horrible of a fucking. She's not even human. She's a fucking lizard. Can you be?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think pretty much everyone is on the same boat. No one fucking likes Rain. But my final question to you is, now, I just made a wild claim and basically called Sophie Rain a pedophile because most recently she recruited Piper Raquel way before Piper was 18, by the way, and was talking to her about doing OnlyFans. Like, there's videos of her talking to her about doing OnlyFans. And Piper Raquel, as a 17-year-old, was regularly dressed in thongs and lingerie and other provocative outfits. And I think that was a direct influence of Sophie Rain. And I think even now that Piper Raquel is a legal adult, bro, she's been caught lying. Like, there's that other OnlyFans chick, Jamilez. I don't like her either, but Jamilez called out Piper and Sophie Rain both and proved that they were both lying about, like, she showed the charts. And she was showing that they're not making as much money as they say they are from OnlyFans, which I think directly correlates what you said at the beginning of this call, that these OnlyFans creators are not making all their money on OnlyFans.
Right.
So
from the start, like, half of the Bop House members didn't want, like, Piper to be on there. That bitch, unless she's 11, it's disgusting. I do not find that bitch sexually attractive at all. She looks like a fucking kid, but that's what they like. They want these creepy pedophile fucks to go on their OnlyFans. It's all part of a big fucking agenda because this world is ran by satanic pedophiles, and Sophie Rain is a, little trooper to George Soros. So yeah, recruit Piper Raquel because she's perfect. Camila Araujo, she was against that shit from the beginning. That's why she left the fucking Bop House and so many other people. But I think Summer and Joy, and then I forgot the other girl's name, but they wanted to fucking leave. They were against it, but now they're all singing Kumbaya with Piper, and it's like, I feel like they're being forced to stay. But, hey, we're gonna fucking kill you if you don't fucking stay. Make some fucking TikTok. I mean, it sounds crazy, but shit's crazy, man. It sounds crazy, but it's all part of a satanic agenda. This is what they do.
Yeah, so do you believe then that, would you be in agreement that Sophie Rain is a pedophile by recruiting Piper before she was even 18 years old?
Fucking pedophile, I'm telling you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with agreement with you there. And I think especially because, the fact that she was not even 18 yet, you couldn't at least wait until she turned 18 and then approached her dude. Bro, there is fucking so much corruption with that. But anyway, I'm about to get back to my show and talk about another topic, but thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yes, no problem. You have a nice one.
Yeah, you too. Alright, I need some more bites of food. Hang on. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is these two gym influencers, Mandy Bagley versus Sally Grace. Now, I know a lot recently I've been talking about modesty and women dressing for attention too much and how it's unbiblical. Listen, let me clarify something. I'm not a Christian. And I don't consider myself a Christian for many different reasons. For starters, I don't necessarily agree with the Bible in the sense that women need to dress modestly to the point where they can't wear sports bras or crop tops or things of that nature. So that's one reason why I don't consider myself a Christian. However, I do reference the Bible because a lot of these women who dress immodestly then talk about God and they talk about the Bible and they have Bible verses in their bio, but they're very obviously not Christians. And that's why I don't consider myself a Christian, because I do things that Christians wouldn't do. To be a Christian, you have to follow a very strict path, a very strict code. You're supposed to follow what it says in the Bible. Maybe I'll become a Christian one day, but right now I'm not, you know. There are things in the Bible that I don't necessarily agree with. And I always have been my own person. I always do what I want to do regardless of what other people think of me. And that includes God. Like, I might do something that God might not favor. I'm going to do it anyway just because it's what I want to do. I don't answer to anybody. Not even to a higher power. For that reason, I don't consider myself a Christian. A true Christian, before doing something, he'll ask himself, is this what God would want? Well, I go, is this something that I want to do? Like, I'll ask myself, is this something that God will want? No. But do I want to do it? Yeah. I'm going to do it anyway. And I'll do it without guilt. Now, there's a difference in, let's start with Sally Grace. Sally Grace, bro, is just like Sylvie Rich. She's fucking annoying. She annoys me through the fucking screen. First of all, her biceps are fucking ginormous, dude. Those are man's biceps. Mandy has biceps too. But she still has feminine arms. You can only see her biceps when she flexes her muscles. Sally Grace, dude, she literally walks around with these buff-ass arms, with these fucking buff-ass manly arms. She does a lot of manly activities, like playing football, and she drives pickup trucks, and she drives monster trucks, and does all of this manly shit, bro. She is the textbook definition of a pick-me girl. And every time I see this bitch, I'm like, bro, this is so fucking unattractive. I don't want a girl who acts like a fucking man. I want a girl who acts like a girl. So yeah, Sally Grace fucking annoys me, dude. And you know how I came across her? I came across her because she had posted a video that I came across where she said, I am proof that you can grow your social media without dressing like a hoe, without, being fake and whatnot. So I said, oh, this is interesting because these are the type of creators that I like, the type of creators who are authentic. I go to her profile, bro, and she's dressed in fucking bikinis and crop tops and sports bras in every single video. She's stretching her legs in a provocative manner to show off her fucking badge. Like, she's doing literally the complete opposite of what she said in the video. And I'm like, this fucking hypocrite, dude. And then she gets on podcasts. This is why I say there's an epidemic of people who don't care about their kids. She gets on podcasts and says, oh, parents let their kids watch me, and I'm so glad. If you're letting your kid watch someone like Sally Grace, you're a horrible fucking parent, dude. She regularly posts videos where she stretches her legs to literally show off her vaginal area, dude. She's basically a porn star, but with clothes on. And I look at this shit, dude. I'm like, literally nothing this girl is posting is child appropriate at all. And then she's actually engaged or married. She might be married by now, who knows. But she's engaged, and then she regularly calls attention to herself. She dresses in provocative outfits, and then she goes and fucking goes in traffic holding up some sign saying, I don't remember what the sign said, but she regularly calls attention to herself by dressing provocatively and also behaving in a manner that's loud. Bro, this bitch got so obnoxious, she got banned from Universal Studios, bro. Like, bro, that bitch is so fucking annoying. She's an attention whore, she's attention starved, and she constantly complains, too, that men creep on her. Because she'll be standing there. Like, bro, I've seen a video of her at, like, some NASCAR race, and some older guy approached her, and she shoves her hand in his face. I'm engaged, hello, I'm engaged. I don't even know if the dude was trying to flirt with her or if he was trying to approach her for something else entirely. But bro, there's nothing more than I hate about a woman who dresses in a manner that is going to attract men, and then she fucking whines about it. And then she goes, oh, well, it's my right to dress this way. You're correct, it is your right to dress that way. But you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. If you can't deal with the consequences, then don't dress in that manner. No, it's my right. Okay. It's my right to walk through the fucking hood with a diamond watch. But guess what? If I get robbed for a diamond watch, I ain't walking through the fucking hood again. Like, at what point are y'all motherfuckers gonna have some common fucking sense? Somebody like Mandy Bagley, dude, she just posts her gym workout, she puts out her routine. Now, this is the major difference between the two. They both dress in outfits that reveal their bodies, but they do it for two different reasons. Mandy's a gym influencer, and she teaches other women how to work out and how to take care of themselves. So it's kind of necessary for her to show off her body. If there was someone showing you how to work out your abs but then didn't show you their abs, it kind of defeats the whole purpose. So Mandy's not really dressing in that manner because she's trying to get attention, but she's doing it because she's literally a gym instructor and she's showing people how to work out. But even if she is dressing because she wants the attention, dude, she's not over here fucking complaining about it. She's not making video after video after video after video complaining that men are staring at her and all men are creeps. She's not on here making false statements like, oh, I grew my social media account by not posting my body and then posting her body. Like, she's the definition of a girl who's chill. Versus Sally Grace, she fucking whines about everything and plays victim about everything and creates her own problems. I'm like, bro, you are a narcissistic, selfish little cunt. The difference between the two, because they both dress the same. They're both blonde, they both dress in similar outfits. The difference between the two is one is a narcissistic cunt who complains about problems that she herself created. The other one is calm and relaxed and has herself together and just posts her content online. And then goes back to minding her own business. Who has a popularity status? And this is the point that I was getting at earlier with Etta on the phone and someone like Brooke Monk, bro. Brooke Monk has a much higher popularity status than someone like Charlie D'Amelio now. Charlie D'Amelio back then was undefeatable, but Charlie D'Amelio now, she's not really popular compared to the rest of the TikTokers. Brooke Monk doesn't have any talent. She can't dance. She regularly dresses she regularly dresses in bikinis and whatnot just to attract a male audience, despite the fact that she has a boyfriend. And her boyfriend regularly does retarded shit like TikTok dances and dresses, bro. Her fucking TikTok dances, she can't dance. Charlie D'Amelio today still posts videos of her dancing. She actually can dance. She actually has talent. And while she still dresses in outfits that show off her bodies, as does Brooke Monk, it's not all she posts. It's very obvious that she's not, her whole personality and brand is not, oh, I need male attention to validate myself. Someone like Brooke Monk, bro, she has no talent, she has no skills. She's literally a spitting image of why homeschooling is so frowned upon. Yet she's so much more popular than someone like Charlie D'Amelio, who actually has more talent. Girls like Sophie Rain and Sally Grace, who are attention whores and narcissistic cunts who do anything for attention and then whine about problems that they created, are much more popular than authentic people like Mandy Bagley. Why the fuck is it always the people? Why is being relevant so much more important than being authentic? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Anyway, to end this off, I got some big life news. Number one, I'm calling out Carly Lane because she's cyber stalking me again. So I'm back on Snapchat. I fucking hate Snapchat, by the way, dude. Snapchat is not what it was. Before I got banned off of Snapchat, Snapchat was relatively chill, dude. Bro, now Snapchat sends me ads. Like, before you used to see ads pop up. Bro, Snapchat fucking sends me ads out. Like, I get a notification that I got a chat, and it's a fucking ad for a Hard Rock bet or some shit. And then, bro, they fucking take down my shit because I'm trying to use Snapchat to, boost to get my content out there, bro. And they keep taking my shit down with no explanation, dude. Like, they just take it down. They say it goes against your policy, and they don't even tell me what rule it was I violated. I'm like, bro, if you don't tell me what I violated, I'm going to keep violating it because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's so fucking retarded, bro. The most recent video they took down was a video I made of podcaster Brett Cooper. And I didn't say anything bad about anybody in that video, but I was explaining why someone like Brett Cooper is a good example of how women should behave in today's day and age. And it got taken down. Why? No idea. They didn't tell me. I post stories, dude. They're supposed to stay up for 24 hours, bro. They fucking take them down within, bro, I just posted a story at 4 a.m. today. And by noon, they had taken it down. Why? No fucking idea. Snapchat fucking sucks. So yeah, I'm back on Snapchat, but I'm hardly ever on it. Anyway, Carly Lane, my bitch-ass sister, was watching my story today for some reason. It's funny how this bitch literally went to the cops to try to put me in jail and told everybody. Bro, this woman went out of her way to contact my neighbors and tell them that I was threatening to kill her. Interesting. Because almost a year later, I've basically forgotten that she existed. Except for when she reminds me that she existed by showing up in my fucking story views. Listen, I try to keep everyone blocked, but the thing is, my accounts regularly get banned. So what happens is I create new ones, and then what happens is the people that were blocked on my old accounts are now unblocked. So now, everyone that I was trying to avoid comes back. Carly Lane is already stalking my main accounts through fake accounts that she has. Yeah, I know she doesn't think anyone knows. We know. And now she's watching me on Snapchat too. I'm like, bro, like, you are literally just proving yourself wrong at this point, bro. Like, I already proved her wrong. At this point, I don't even need to do that. Because she is proving herself wrong every single time she does this shit. But anyway, here's my life update. And I'm sure Carly will find out sooner or later since she likes to fucking cyberstalk everything I do on the internet. But, number one, I haven't really had any much drama lately. I'm still standing here, you know. I was just thinking about this the other day and how they, like, the fucking enemies, bro, they took everything from me. They fucking went after my home, they went after my job, they went after my friends. They have destroyed everything. And here I am still standing. And you know, I like to point out that a lot of people over the years have tried to tell me that the reason why I do this is because I'm seeking attention and I'm a drama queen and I like the drama and the chaos. Spoiler alert, those people are not in my life anymore. But bro, like, it was always the people closest to me, like old friends or my family, my cousin. They were always like, oh, you love drama, that's why you do this. No, I don't. Hey, bro, I have cut off 99% of the people in my life, including my own parents, including my own family, including old friends from fucking childhood, for people that I've known for years, because they kept bringing drama into my life, and I was fucking tired of it. I don't go to certain places anymore, because when I go there, I run into drama, and I don't want to run into drama. Like, literally everything I do is to avoid drama. And these people have the audacity to say, oh yeah, you're just doing this for views and drama. Bro, some guy that I haven't spoken to in years, he sent me this long-ass text. First, he said that he'd seen my Instagram post, and then I needed to take it down because it was graphic or whatever. No idea what he was talking about, because I make about 20 posts a fucking day. So no clue what fucking post he was talking about. But then he was like, I don't know why you're doing this, if you want attention or whatnot. No, I literally just stayed on the phone, dude. I'm not doing this for popularity. I'm not trying to get famous. I just want my content to find the right people who will resonate with it and enjoy it. But as far as fucking being recognized every damn place I go and having fucking paparazzi follow me around, like, bro, I'm not looking for that shit. I'm not like Sophie Rain or one of these dumb motherfuckers who do retarded shit just for the sake of getting meaningless views. I'm on here because I have shit to say, and I genuinely have an opinion that I want to share, and I genuinely believe everything that I preach and practice what I preach. The way I talk is how I talk in real life, dude. There is nothing fake about me whatsoever that you're seeing on here. That is a promise that I can make to you, is that in a world full of fakers, I am the most authentic, most honest motherfucker you will ever meet on this fucking platform. So yeah, fuck those people, dude. Those people are not my real friends. Those people are just haters. Those people are fucking bigots. I've cut off every single one of them. Their opinion has absolutely no significance to me whatsoever. Has anyone noticed, if you've been following me, has anyone noticed how, you know, before I used to talk about drama and fights I used to get into and whatnot, and now lately, I mean, my last episode was about fucking Charlie D'Amelio, and lately I've just been talking about politics and shit going on around the world, and it's not so much about me, because I have successfully eliminated pretty much all of the drama from my life. I still have problems, as we all do, but I don't really have much drama in my life anymore. And I didn't do that by not podcasting, because everyone was telling me, oh, it's your podcast. You need to stop podcasting. That's why you have so much drama. Instead, I eliminated everyone and everything that was bringing drama into my life. And now my life is drama-free. So that is a giant fucking middle finger to everyone who fucking labeled me as a fucking toxic drama queen. So on to new beginnings. I've been in Tallahassee for way too long, and it's time for me to move on. So the good news is I am moving to Miami. I never thought that I would move to Miami in a million years. You know, I often describe Miami as Florida's Sin City. I'm still not a fan of Miami. I'm not going to be there long term. But I'm going to be moving there temporarily to kind of help boost my content and hopefully network with people with similar interests and yeah, basically take podcasting to the next fucking level. And then my final subject is recently Clav posted a video where some girl slapped him at the club and he's now pressing charges on her. So basically, this situation, bro, they're two fucking idiots fighting each other. Number one, that situation is never going to work out because she said to him, I'm going to slap you, and he said, okay, do it. So he literally gave her permission to do so. Once she slapped him, he said that he was going to call the cops, and he said he was going to press charges, and she started panicking. If it were me, first of all, I wouldn't tell someone to slap me. I wouldn't give someone permission to slap me. If they did, man or woman, I would quite literally break their fucking nose. Ain't no bitch gonna try that shit with me. But, he called the cops on her. And see, this is why the case is never going to fall through. Because he's trying to sue her and her entire family for some reason, even though her family had no involvement in it whatsoever. He tried saying, oh, but her parents raised her. Okay, but she's a full-grown adult. Her family doesn't have a say in this. But this case is never going to fall through because he literally instructed security to hold her down. Like, security literally grabbed her arm and prevented her from leaving. You can call the cops on someone for whatever reason. You cannot stop that person from fleeing the scene. That right there is illegal. If anything, Clav and his security team, they're going to be the ones in legal trouble for fucking holding down a girl. Because first of all, he gave her consent to slap her. Then when she tried to leave, he prevented her, physically preventing her from leaving. I don't agree with girls slapping anyone at all. Listen, if something that society thinks is okay is if a girl slaps you, you're supposed to just take it like a man. Listen, if some girl slaps you, without your consent, obviously, you are well within your right in your self-defense to hit her back. That is something that I will argue with to my grave. But to fucking whine about it and, oh, I'm gonna call the police and I'm gonna sue the entire family. You're a wuss. You're a fucking wuss. Fucking man up. You're a fucking wuss. Also, Clav is the one in the wrong here because first of all, he gave her consent, then he prevented her from fleeing the scene. Okay, Clav is 100% the one in the wrong. If anyone gets in any legal trouble from this, it is 100% going to be Clav. That combined with the fact that literally his bicep is fucking misshapen because he's got a fucking drug problem. Clav is just another of many retards who does retarded shit just for the sake of getting views and whatnot. There's genuinely nothing that I like about that guy, dude. He is a fucking retard with a capital R. Anyway, thanks for tuning into this live stream. This is the Adonis Podcast.